Warning! The following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Geoguessr. We're doing the United States no blurry map. It's a map by Simi. And we're at the Gary Howell Nursery, which has been here since 1965. Now that's not going to give us any useful fucking information. Now, we have retired this map, but we do need to play it every now and then just to make sure that we still have everything down. We've done a lot of these maps on stream, especially when we were doing the 50 state challenge. So it's always good to come back and just try and make sure we know what's going on. It looks like we're in a place called Seams, S-E-M-M-E-S. Maybe that's Semis. I'm thinking Seams though. Something said Cyprus. We are by a nice little road. There's 98, but that's more of an interstate. Not an interstate. Whatever it's fucking called. It's going to be a state road. I don't think we could use that sign to our advantage. I did just notice that there was no front license plate. That might be important. Garden Express, keep calm and garden on. That sounds fucking stupid. And then Meggy Bees. We have a political sign that says Gray. I don't know any politician with the last name of Gray. House District 102. I don't know districts very well. I'm sure that could be useful to some people. And then here's the Semis Lodge, the Masons, the Freemasons, which are a lot more popular than a lot of people think, which is honestly amazing. For Circuit Court Judge, don't know courts, but it looks like election day is coming up, and that is also true for us. November 5th, Senate 34. I don't know if that's important, but November 5th, which is this coming Tuesday, is election day. Now, I've been very vocal about voting. I don't care who you vote for. I just feel like if you're living in the United States or any place where you can vote freely, that you should exercise that right. Even if you don't think your vote counts, it's definitely important. I love how there's Cyrillic on this. Are you fucking kidding me? We're in the United States and there's fucking Cyrillic on the back. 630 area code, I'm not too familiar with. Feels like farmland. We're gonna have to throw down a guess. And this is gonna be fucking terrible. I'm going Missouri. No real reason to guess where we're guessing. We didn't really find anything. That's actually mobile. Mobile. Where's mobile? Down here. Well, I just clicked down there. Didn't get it off in time. That kind of sucks. But we would have been pretty close with Beerlingo, who was complaining just yesterday that they don't win any fucking games. Well, guess who's the fucking leader? I wonder. Had we had literally one extra second, we would have been down here, and we would have gotten a lot more points. We were unlucky in that sense of the word. Alright, what do we got? We got Louisiana 546. We find Louisiana 546. So this is going to be a state road. So it might look like these circles. That means we're fucked. We're never going to find the circles. We're not good with stuff like that. We weren't even looking in the fucking right place. Can we find any other clues? Looks like we might be able to. North, I think 34 and 557. Alright. 34, maybe. Because I already see 26 and 35. So maybe we'll be lucky. But I'm wondering, maybe it's going to be one of these. These 3 numbered? The 3 numbers might be a better play. Because here's 190. If we could find it, we could find it. If we can't, it doesn't mean anything. But they do go up high because here's a 425. So they do get up in, like up there in numbers. But maybe we're looking for the wrong thing, which is completely possible. We do it all the fucking time. So I don't think anyone should really be surprised. Here's Transylvania. Interesting. And we already went through like all of Louisiana. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't think we're over by New Orleans. I don't. I think we're going to be further away. Here's 90. We need 34. Which we already found 35. That's where our marker is. But here's 35 again, which is where our marker is. Alright. 27. I'm not even finding a circle 34. That's not good. It's not fucking good at all. Alright. Do we have anything else? Eros and Calhoun. So now we have names. However, they're probably small towns. We can try. We can try. Don't think we're going to find shit. Oak Grove Lake Province, Davis Island, Waterproof. There's a town called Waterproof. Guys, is it really that hard to just like have unique names? Pine Prairie. That's a unique name. Orange. Come on! Guys, when we take over Tuvalu, which we will, we have to come up with some really unique names for some of these islands. Farmerville, all it needs is Farmville. Remove the ER, you got the Facebook game that was popular like 10 fucking years ago. Not bad, but not good. So it was the Circle 34. Here's Eros. I think this is the distance we were at, so we had to be in one more zoom to be able to figure it out. Which, had we had more time, I'm sure we would have done. But we struggled to find 34. And if we went the other way, we might have found Monroe, and Monroe is definitely a bigger name. We would have been able to find where Monroe was. But struggling. Alright. We're by a city. There's water to our south. Could probably get a phone number off this, but it's not going to help us 99% of the time. Front license plates with a yellow, that's pretty New Jersey. But that doesn't necessarily mean we're in New Jersey because now it's white. What do we got? We got home health, older adult, 757 area code. I don't know 757. But we're in a city. And that should come easy. We're over by the PETA organization. Fuck PETA. Now, guys, I'm all for animals. You know, like making sure you don't abuse animals. Animal abusers, fuck them. But PETA isn't exactly a good organization. And I'm okay with saying that. Fort Norfolk, U.S. Armies. NOAA, this is New Orleans. I don't think we're in New Orleans again, though. It doesn't feel like that. But the NOAA, N-O-A-A, I'm pretty sure is New Orleans. That's just, I guess, a nickname. And then we get these shitty images pieced together again. Alright, perfect. I want to go this way. I would like to go this way. I would like to fucking go somewhere other... Fuck this place. Alright? Fuck this place. Private parking the Roebuck. And then... whatever. Alright, let's go. Let's go back to where we just were because they wouldn't let us go any fucking where else because they're fucking assholes. Fuck them. We got a minute. We got a minute and we're struggling because they're fucking dicks, man. Alright. We can't just spam through this. There we go. Easy! Why couldn't that work before? You know why? Because fuck everything else. Working together for Tobacco Free Campus. This is a hospital. They actually have been doing that a lot lately, especially around my area, where you're not allowed to smoke on hospital grounds, which I guess makes sense. Eastern Virginia Medical Center. Alright, well here's Norfolk, which is something we found before. So then what does the NOAA mean? And we gotta be on the fucking coast. Can we find the PETA thing, right? Chrysler Museum of Art. Where's the PETA thing? PETA's gotta be here somewhere. They would never give up the chance to just be shown on this fucking map. Not finding it. But we gotta be close. And it ends up being a little bit further to our northwest, which Beerlingo did a great job. Yeah, there's PETA. So if I figured they were going to be a little bit bigger, because they like to think that everything's about them, even though they're a terrible fucking organization. But we didn't do too bad. We got the correct town and the correct state. That's always nice. Cornfield, middle of bumblefuck nowhere. We're fucked. We're fucked. There's nothing else to it. There's nothing else to it. Alright. Sign 1. Might be a church. Registered. Short. Something. Not important. Alright? I'm sure we'll be able to find a sign somewhere down this line that's going to tell us a little bit more information. Even if it's just a shape on the fucking side of the highway. Just anything more than a cattle farm sign. Now, granted, I've seen signs like that where I've just completely missed the clue, and that usually comes in the shape of the sign, like when we had that wonderful Montana cattle rancher who had his sign in the shape of Montana. Meanwhile, I looked at it and I said, oh, that's a really rusty fucking sign if it came out in that shape. Completely missing the fucking clue that it was the shape of the fucking state we were in. Most of these are probably going to be the same thing. We have Welcome to the Church of Christ, Green's Chapel. Not helpful. If I had to guess, I'd probably say maybe Maryland. I could see this being Ohio. I could also see this being Indiana. We're going to keep going till we find something. But if we have to come down to it, that's probably where we're going to go. We do have a 270 area code. Again, not a number I recognize. I don't recognize too many area codes besides New York, especially around where I live. And if it's not one of those, it's unknown to me. And there's way too many different area codes in the United States for that to be a viable thing to learn. I guarantee you there's too many. We have the roadside market. Flag of the USA. Shooting stars. They're growing corn, so we're probably by the corn belt, which then does put us out here. This might be Illinois. It might be Arkansas. Especially now that we have the corn thing. But we're not finding any markings, really. We have the Heartland Animal Hospital. That means we're probably in a town called Heartland. But I don't know where Heartland is. Crop Production Services and Dino Grow. It's the Midwest. It's the fucking Midwest. Oh, isn't that fucking West Virginia? I don't know who else uses the circles. West Virginia, Virginia, and somebody else. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. And it ends up being Kentucky. We were actually probably would have had a better guess where we were in Indiana. That was a tough location. There were at least the way we went, a tremendous lack of clues. And clues seem to be the only thing that we have going for us. And then we're fucked again. Alright. Red stop sign. We got Hempstead and Brookshire. There's a Hempstead by me. It's out on Long Island. This, not Long Island. That looks like a Texas sign. So we're at Hempstead, Texas. And we're on a farm road, 529. Everything is fucking labeled here. So we need to find Hempstead, Texas, and Brookshire, Texas. But at least we get the fucking place right. Now, we're probably not going to find these. And I know I say that every time we find something, but these are two towns I've never heard of, so I don't even know where to start. So we gotta go through the entire fucking state. Texas is the second largest state in the United States. It's big. It's a massive fucking thing. The chances of us finding Hempstead and Brookshire, probably 2%. And that might be an overestimate. It's probably less, but we gotta make it sound like I know what I'm talking about. And being able to find these would be great. Realistically, not gonna happen. Bracketville, that's the closest thing we fucking found so far. Fredericksburg, Mason, El Dorado. Guys, I found it. I found the Lost City of Gold. Rosenfield, Ryan, Quebec. Guys, again, some really weird fucking naming going on. Maybe we, alright. We're gonna start talking about names now. What do we change the names of the 9 islands in our lagoon to? Or are we gonna fill in the lagoon, increase our land area by about 10,000, and then just make it one name, because we only have one island? I feel like these are very important questions, and clearly I can't be the only person who has them. And then we also have to remember that Debray, who has not yet been informed about this, is going to be the main advisor, because Debray seems to know where everything is at every time, the capital of every place, and the flag of every place. So, it's going to be better than, well, if we're going to rename it to Greenland with an I don't think it matters what we name anything else to. Or, do we not sell it to Trump, and do we just keep it? There's a bunch of questions I need answers to, and you guys got to help me. Here's Brooksmith. That's the closest thing we found so far to Brookshire. And even still, we'd be 10 fucking miles away. We're not finding anything. Again, Texas is fucking massive. And it ends up being a lot further to our southeast over by Houston. Yeah. Alright, here's Brookshire. And then here's Hempstead. We could have seen Brookshire, but I probably would have seen Brookshire and Katy and combined them. So we would have seen Brookshire. We just didn't make it out. Hempstead, we would have never zoomed in that far. It's Texas. We don't have that opportunity. But Beerlingo coming in first, crushing it, fucking crushing it. Mobile, Alabama, we should have had. We tried to move it, we didn't. It happens. Texas happens. Kentucky happens. Louisiana, we couldn't find it. Texas, we couldn't find it. It happens. There's some times where there's not enough time, and you just have no idea what the fuck's going on. But let's check out the full results. So Beerlingo coming in first place. Good job, man. And then we all know how I did in second. Vis-a-vis 98. Going with Missouri and then Connecticut. I'll be getting a better guess off in Texas, but a worse guess off in Louisiana. Benedict Schwanker coming in fourth. Looks like also a bad guess from Kentucky. Going with Maine instead of Virginia. And then about the same distance we had in Texas. And then Screenshot the World getting two separate locations where they did not get a guess off. That's rough. First location, third location. To be honest, I don't even remember. But it looks like Screenshot, had they had those 2 rounds, may have come in first place. That was a close one. But that is going to be where we call it for the day. Thank you all so much for being here. I do hope you all enjoyed. And we'll see you all, see you all tomorrow for another episode. Have a good rest of your day. And bye-bye.